I really like this quote from a manager at the National Disaster Management Agency in India that says, "We've done a good job at saving lives. We have to do a much better job at saving livelihoods." The impact of disasters on lives, it has decreased dramatically over the past half century, and that's because we have better early warning systems that warn people to take shelter and to prepare for disasters. But the impact on the economy is still large, and that's where we need better, more work to be done. And why is it important to build resilient infrastructure? Well, we have three factors. One is the human. Of course, better infrastructure protects lives, also helps protect livelihoods and well-being of the people. You have the economic side of it. It's that the constant reconstruction mode is unaffordable. You cannot have countries continually rebuild the same school, the same road, the same bridge over and over again. That is not cost efficient, and that is not something that any country in the world can afford for a prolonged period of time. And there's also the systemic issue where you don't want to make your infrastructure systemically uninsurable. That is, if you keep building low quality infrastructure, nobody's going to want to insure that because it will be known that it cannot sustain or withstand the impact of natural disasters and climate change. So, three steps that are needed for building resilient infrastructure is map it, price it, and build it. Uh, by map it, what we mean is where are the risk areas? Need hazard maps that show where are the most risky areas for floods, for sea erosion, for hurricane activity, and building in the right place is half the battle, because if you build in the wrong place, you need to build much more costly to build the resilience that you need to sustain disasters. And by price it, we mean that we need to understand what are the costs of vulnerable infrastructure and what are the long-term returns of resilience. So projects need to be evaluated on the life cycle cost benefit analysis, meaning you have, yeah, probably a slightly higher cost of building a resilient bridge right now, but knowing that you will need lower maintenance costs, that it will sustain much more higher flows, and that will not be damaged by future floods or hurricanes or other type of events, will reduce costs in the long term, and that needs to be uh, understood. And by building it, it means incorporate all this information into the building of the infrastructure, not let it be just an academic exercise, but actually prepare the infrastructure to work like this.